Hello guys, so today I'm going to explain Starknet Tokenkit. Tokenkit is a package that provides quick access to tokens in a modular format. So this is like how can you quickly include tokens, Starknet tokens. For example, you are creating a swap page, you are creating a page where users need to select a token to proceed to the next step. So how can you quickly include those tokens while you are using Starknet? So currently Starknet Tokenkit is on testnet. Not yet, the contracts have not been audited to be deployed to mainnet, but currently it's just in beta version for testing purposes. So what it is, so Tokenkit is just a model format, and so let's learn about it a bit. So Tokenkit allows one to quickly list a token and have it displayed in this model format. So any app that is using this model can be able to just quickly refresh the token and add it to the list. So let's see how one adds a token. So I'm going to add a token here, and in this case, if we look at the current tokens, if you click on view tokens, you will realize we have all these Starknet token, USDT, etc. And you realize we have common, verified, and public flags. So common, whether token is common or not, verified to have a blue badge. Currently that one has not been implemented. And finally we have the public to have to be able to, for it to be able to be visible on the model itself. So how to list a token? So in this case, I'm going to list USDT data. So here we have a contract address for it. I believe I'm on testnet. Yes, I'm on testnet. So I'm going to paste it there. Then the pair ID, I'm going to do USDT / USD. So where do you get these pair IDs? Pair IDs are from Pragma. So if you have your token here in there's a, let's say there's a liquidity provided on Pragma, or it has been added to Pragma, I believe, then you can be able to just use that pair ID here. Then the icon link, just shorten your icon URL. So upload it somewhere, shorten it, then copy the URL, then paste it here. You can get rid of the these first parts, then click list token. So it's going to give me an error because I've not really connected my wallet. So I'm going to connect, I think not, let me connect with the Bravos wallet. So I'm going to connect with my Bravos, then I need to really have it on Gweli testnet. Then I click that. So it's going to ask me to sign, then just sign the transaction. So it's going to say token added successfully. So to confirm whether it has been added, just walk right into view tokens. And if it has been added, it will just refresh and have it here. So just give it some moment. Here we go. So the USDT Tether token has been added to the list, and currently it's public, meaning if I go to the select token model, I can be able to see USDT Tether here. So USDT has been added. You can see the price has been fully fetched from Pragma using that pair USDT / USD. So that's one thing. So how can I be able to add it here? So let's say I wanted to add it to the common tokens up there. So to add it, I need to go, only admins can be able to add it or edit this for now. So I can just click there, and I believe I'm an admin, I'm not sure. Let's try. Then I'm going to say it's a common token. Then I don't think we need this. Then I can just say update, then sign. Yeah, I believe I'm an admin. Yeah. So it has allowed me to successfully do that. So we have guardians who are protecting the contracts, and also admins. So admins can be several, but only a single guardian. So a guardian can be able to add an admin. Yeah, so let's see. So once that one has been done, you need to refresh. And once you refresh, for example, using a refresh button, it can refresh. Otherwise, for a user, once they just visit the page, the first time they visit the page, the tokens will be refreshed and updated correctly. So if I go to the home page, then select token, yeah, so this one has not sort of updated here. So this sometimes just takes time, I don't know. Yeah, these are just the so-called bugs that appear everywhere and anywhere, but they'll be rectified as time goes by. So it should be appearing on top there as a common token. So if I select on a token, then it will just update my underlying component with the exact token that I have selected. So that is Tokenkit on the front facing part for the user part. So how does a developer use Tokenkit? So to use Tokenkit, we are going to illustrate, I'm going to illustrate that one using a project, a simple project. So I'm going right into my projects. So I think I have them here. Then create a new folder. Let's call this Tokenkit example. And here I'm going to open it in the terminal. Then I'm going to do npm create write at latest. I don't think that's the thing. So I'm going to use write in this case. So currently I believe it's fully working with something like React Write or React itself. I think I might be using the wrong command. Yeah, I think I have the right command. So I'm going to just say write test. Then I'm going to use React, and the language is TypeScript. Then I'm going to cd write. Then here I'm going to open this on VS Code, so code dot. So once we have it on VS Code, we can proceed to, let me close the terminal. We can proceed now to do the installations. First, just I like using yarn, so I just install the initial dependencies that have been listed here in package.json. So like npm install, so yarn to install this and also install a few more for development. So I'll give it a few more seconds while it does its thing. So you can read through the documentation. So you can either use this or use the one given under the package Starknet Tokenkit. You can search for Starknet Tokenkit. You will get it. Then just go through how this one works, top down. And I'll just illustrate, for example, this part, how to create a custom component. So mine, I'm using Mountain UI. Maybe you're using Material UI, or you're using Chakra UI, ShadCN, etc. There are a lot of UI libraries. So whichever the library you are using, how can you be able to achieve such a thing, etc., etc., etc. So let's see where we are. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add Starknet Tokenkit. So I'm going to say Starknet Tokenkit. So let's see. So we give it a moment also for it to do the installation. And for that reason, while it's doing so, let's just quickly sort of get rid of a few things. The default CSS given by Vite, I think I see index.css. I believe so. Yeah, I think it's index.css. So sometimes it just destroys the way this works. So I'm going to comment out the body here. Just the display flex thing here. It does not work well with the model. So don't set display flex on the body itself. So yarn dev, I'm going to run this one. Let's see what we currently have. So if I go to localhost port 5173, that's what we have. So we have our account there, and we are going to use the account button. Okay, replace the account button with whatever we want. So I'm going to go right onto the button itself. So we have our button here. And what am I supposed to do here? The first thing, according to the docs, I need to be able to wrap my entire application with a Tokenkit wrapper. So I'm going to copy that and just paste it somewhere there. So once this one is here, just wrap your entire application with it. And sometimes it's not really your entire application. Sometimes you might pick a given location or a given place where you want to do the wrapping. So if you are familiar with React, then it will be easier for you to do. So so these are the required fields. For example, are you using Mountain? For this case, I'm not using Mountain UI. So just have it off. The theme I want is dark, and the primary color So for the primary colors, you have options, so blue, dark, etc. So just pick from these given options. I think in the documentation that one has been taken care of. So you can pick something like green. Now you have your button here. So the next thing is to create a select token button. For example, it can only be used within the wrapper. So it's best you do a component. So I'm going to create a new folder here. I'm going to call this folder components. And in this folder, I'm going to have a new file, maybe select token btn, like that, .tsx. So .jsx.tsx rafce. Then we have our select token, just generated the code for us. Then here, what are we supposed to do? So here we are supposed to write the code to show the model. So first of all, here we say you need to create a custom preview component. So how do you create a custom preview component if you are not using a library or with your library? It's also quite easy. You don't really have to select, so to worry about it. So maybe how you call this my custom component, my custom btn. Don't know how you call your component. Just have it like that. Then if you are using the JSX, you don't have to worry about the interfaces. So this interface has something like to do with the iToken. So iToken interface has been exposed from Starknet Tokenkit. So you can use it as to provide types. So I'm going to do here props to that. Then after that, I'm going to do const token equals to props. Then I'm going to return. So for this case, I'm not struggling. I just return a single, the normal button like that. And here I'm going to say if there's a token, I just want to maybe see token.name. Else, I just want to say select token, something like this. So I have my custom btn. Then how do I use my custom btn? So this is like my custom component. If you look at the docs and this one is more large because I was using mountain to just illustrate, but you can do all those things. In the token, you have the token name, the token, let's see. So there are a lot of things that you can do with the token. So you have the token address, the if whether it's common, decimals, ID, the name, the PID, the price, public, symbol, verified. So for this case, I've just gone with the name. And then you need to now import the select token model from the right place. So here I'm going to also have an import at the top. So for example, iToken, the select token model. Then I'm going to wrap my button with the select token model. So I'm going to do there. So this, my custom btn, is going to handle stuff like, so I need to pass in the token. So this is going to be like the click component. This one will be clicked, then it will show the model. That's why the model wraps it. Then I need to show the token. So const, I'm going to write here token, set token. If you are using something like your forms from your library, there's no harm. Just find a way of fixing that, because yeah, if you are using the forms, then I believe this is going to be problematic to you. So I'm going to set here token equals to token, and this one is complaining iToken undefined is not assignable to type. Yeah, so this sometimes be problematic whenever you are trying to do it. So it's not assignable to type iToken, and so this is a risky move. Otherwise, it just deletes the importance of using type safety or using TypeScript in general. But yeah, so here and the select token model is complaining here is missing the following properties: the selected token, callback function, and theme object. So just click add all the missing objects. Then we don't have to add the children. Children have already been added down below. So here we are not going to do like a function. For the callback function, just do, so what's a callback function? If you look at the short docs here about the callback function, you realize it's a function that takes in a token. So it has to, it's sort of it will receive a token. So if sort token, we know this is a function that takes in something. For this case, it has to take something like a token, I believe. So you can just pass here, for example, set token like that. So that's a callback function. It will just work well. And for this, the selected token, you need to pass now the currently selected token, this one. So whether it is passed or not, so it will just see and render the required things. So if a token, you pass in the selected token, it will be highlighted once the model opens up. What about the coloring? So I want my color to be white. My model background, I want to be greenish. So if you do recall, I set this one to have a sort of a green primary color. So how can I achieve the greenish color? So just go to whenever you are generating your colors. So for this case, I'm heading directly to where. So I'm going to use mountain for this case because it has a color generator. Material UI has one also. So you can check all those two. Or another color generator tool to have your theme up and running. So here I'm going to click get started and I'm going right to set colors generator. Yes, and in this case I'm going to pick we have bright green and we have deep green. So just pick your color there. Then I'm just going to copy, for example, this will be my background. So #9, just pick the last color there. And I'm going to select token model, my model background. I want to have that color. So colors can be any color type. For example, you can use white, black, red, or these ones that start with hash, RGBA, etc. All those. So that's the model background, header, footer background. And in this case, I'm going to use RGBA. I just want a darkish background, just slightly dark. So 0.1 can do, just to reduce the opacity over the background. Then search border color. In this case, I can use a heavier color or a lighter color of green. So 7 dashwood, so 8, 7. Here we go. Then I can just do hash that. Then we have search background color. And also usually this one is also just you can have a color, for example, number 8 here, or a different color. So you just test out and see what works for you. Search text color, of course, it's going to have a white color for search because I'm using green background, then white will be good. We have the token background color. So that's like a lightweight token background color. So it can be something like a 7 or maybe RGB. Let's see what we get. And finally, we have the token hover color. So I'm just going to use RGBA and a slightly darker color also, 0.3, something like that. Now we have a custom model. Then how do we use? So once you have this, select token BTN, just walk right into where you want to use it. Then you can safely paste it there. So, but it has to be within the Tokenkit wrapper provider. So this is a provider, so you have to sort of have it here so that the functions under can work well. So we have that one. So let's see what we have. So we have something like this, it says select token. So you can hit select token and then this is what you get. So if you look at my theme here, it might be not good, but sometimes it will be just fine. So for example, the token background colors are sort of really heavy and shouting. So what I can do there is just avoid using the hash color and just use the RGBA color 0. Just reduce opacity a bit for them, so 0.1, something like that. Then that's how it will look like. But you realize now everything's just looking fine and looking nice. So I can just also do the same for my search background. So for my search background color, I also want it to be blackish, darkish. So just reduced a color that has reduced opacity. So search background color So just make sure you adjust the values to what you will really want. So too dark, so you can just do maybe 0.3, 0.1. Looks nice, but sort of having the same background color as the header and the footer background color. So I can just enforce 0.2 like that. And then can just search my token here. Maybe I want DAI, so it will just filter these tokens that are below here, but not the common tokens. So if I want a token here, maybe search Stack, I get Starknet token. And that's easy how to integrate Tokenkit to your application. So how can you sort of, let's say you have several areas where you are using Tokenkit. How can you have it in that case so that it can have like use it here, use it there without rebuilding the entire thing? So for this case, you can just even change the child here, change everything. But let me illustrate. Let's say you wanted to create a swap. So token 1, token 2, etc. How can you achieve that one easily? So to achieve that one is also quite easy. You just need to extend your existing select token BTN to have maybe something to do with if you are good with React. I don't think that will be problematic to you. So just do here props, and in this case I'm going to do const something equals to props. So I'm just going to do, like, for example here, this token and the callback function shouldn't be the same. So how can I achieve that one? So just delete, for example, token from here, maybe cut it and have them given from there. So callback fn, and this callback fn is just anything, and maybe the token is any. So if I do this, I can be able to have them here, token and callback fn, then I can have token and callback fn there. So I have those. Then I need to go to my landing page where I want to use now different buttons and have my buttons there. So I need to import I select token like that. So maybe this is token 1 and set token 1, and I can have now the token 2 and set token 2 here like that. So I need to pass here the token, maybe token 1, and callback fn, maybe callback fn, not callback fn, but rather set token 1. Same with my second token. So I can just do like that and have now 2 buttons that I can use. So the first one, I just click on it and select maybe DAI, and I want to swap to USDC. Easy enough. You have like the same thing quickly and fast working. So I have just sort of reused my component. What about having different children? For example, the underlying button. So at some point you just want a token that also shows the icon. Maybe at some point you only need just swap these things around. For example, instead of just having select token and this, you can also have another component that takes in now the token and renders it out here at this particular point. So that's how easy it is, and I don't think if it might be difficult for you to use around. Once you have this one up and running set up, it's just easy as that one. So just do your wrapper, do your components, but make sure your components are within. So within your Tokenkit wrapper, then using Mantine, let's say you are using Mantine UI, this library that I've shared here. So if you are using Mantine UI like this, just set this one to true to make sure the Mantine UI setup that you are using is being used in the current setup for your application. So that way things becomes much easier. I believe I've tried to capture everything, but if you want to also help in adding tokens, you can just quickly walk right into this specific page, tokenkitgamma.vercel.app. Once this one is updated, also you'll get the new website link, website URL to all those once this one goes live. So that's Tokenkit, and I believe you got to flow with me in this. So yes, and in fact, these tokens, once they have been added, a user loads the page, they will be automatically reloaded without the refresh button, in fact. So this is just here in case you feel like, no, nothing is happening. So you can use a refresh button to quickly load it. And you will realize like with now these two, I do have the same token, of course, but with different backgrounds. This one is for more of purplish, just to match whatever the theme I was using before for the entire site. And then this one is green. Now, if you are using green, you can just do something like this. Same goes for the rest of the, yeah, that's how it goes. Easy like that. So if I select a token, I'm going to be able to click on it. So I can just rather select on a different token, etc. So that's it. Yep, thank you. And if you have something to say, for example, you want to add some notes to this one. Currently, we don't have like this token kit page. It's not like open source currently, but just walk onto Telegram, maybe Twitter, and let me just use Twitter for this case. And for Twitter, just go to Dalmasonto. That is my username. It's the same username for Telegram, Facebook, etc. So just use Dalmasonto even if it's Instagram or LinkedIn. Or for LinkedIn it's Dalmasogembo. But for Twitter, go to Dalmasonto and you can, my inbox is actually open, so you can just text me there. And let's have this going on. So thank you very much.